Welcome to Personal Mastery Training. I'm your host, Alvin Brown, former world class athlete turned entrepreneur and consultant. Join us as we learn from guests who have conquered their inner battles and share their journeys to success. Get ready for inspirational masterclasses and thought provoking strategy sessions to fuel your path to personal mastery. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Personal Mastery Training. This is a strategy episode. I'm your host, Alvin Brown. In this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to dissect, as we always do, a specific concept and provide you with actionable tools and insights so you can get from and not just through the challenges in your life. Today, we're going to dive into a fascinating and often counterproductive idea. It's a core concept that underpins so much of what we discuss here on the show. Think about what we all strive for. What we often see as the ultimate goal of anything is freedom. From constraints, freedom to choose, freedom to be ourselves. It's a powerful aspiration, and rightly so. But what happens when that freedom becomes absolute, unbound by any framework or structure? Which is what most of us do when we have a day off or whatever it is. Okay, so let's get into it. That's a question posed by thought-provoking quote from an author and journalist, David Brooks. He said this: freedom without structure is its own slavery. Think about that. Freedom without structure is its own slavery. At first, it might seem like a contradiction. How can freedom, the way, the very absence of chains, of anything that bound you, become a form of bondage? Well, that's precisely what we're going to unpack today. Let's unpack it. In our world, our modern world, particularly right here in North America and across most of the Western world, we're bombarded by choices from the mundane, what to eat for breakfast, what to watch on Netflix, to the significant career paths, relationships, life philosophies. This abundance of options can feel liberating, and in many ways, it is. It allows us to tailor our lives to our individual desires and preferences. But consider the flip side. Without any inherent structure, without guiding principles or routines, this vast expanse of possibility can become overwhelming for a lot of us. Imagine standing in front of an infinitely long buffet with no idea what you're hungry for or what combinations work well. Instead of feeling excited, you might feel lost, anxious, and ultimately paralyzed by the sheer volume of choices. This is where Brooks' quote begins to resonate. When we have no framework, no rules, no self imposed guidelines, our freedom can lead to decision fatigue. The constant need to make choices, big and small, can deplete our mental energy, making us more prone to impulsive decisions or simply avoiding decisions altogether. We become slaves to our own indecisiveness. Also, it can lead to lack of purpose. When everything is possible, nothing seems essential. Without some self imposed or external framework, values, goals, routines, we drift aimlessly, lacking a sense of direction or meaning. This can lead to feelings of emptiness and dissatisfaction. It also, increased anxiety and stress can come upon us. The pressure to make the right choices in a world of limitless options can be immense. We worry about missing out, about making the wrong turn, leading to chronic anxiety and stress. And finally, the other thing it can lead to is procrastination and a lack of accomplishment. Without structure, it's easy to postpone tasks, get distracted, and ultimately fail to achieve our goals. We become slaves to our own lack of discipline. Think about it in practical terms. Someone who has complete freedom with your time, no job, no commitments, might initially feel ecstatic. This is awesome. But without a structure of daily routines, without goals to work towards, that freedom can quickly devolve into boredom, isolation, and a lack of self worth. The very thing that was supposed to liberate them, the people with freedom, become a cage of their own making. Think about somebody who retires. When you ask someone who retires without a plan, retirement all of a sudden comes upon them, or they get let go early and they're, a little bit older and they don't want to get a job. They find that the day just drags on. They aimlessly wander around. It's no wonder back in the day when men used to retire from work, they would die a couple years after. No aim, no purpose. Now, it isn't to say that all structure is good and all freedom is bad. The key lies in finding the right balance. Healthy structure provides a framework within which we can exercise our freedom effectively. Think of the rules of sport. They might seem restrictive, but they're essential for the game to be played and for players to showcase their skills creatively. In our own lives, structure can come in many forms. Values, I'm a big one on that. Our core beliefs provide a moral compass guiding our decisions and actions. Your goals. Having clear objectives gives us a sense of purpose and direction. Without goals, it's literally like a ship without a rudder. Routines. Establishing daily and weekly habits creates a sense of stability and frees up our mental energy for more important tasks. Relationships. Meaningful connections provide support, accountability, and a sense of belonging. Self discipline. The ability to follow through our intentions, even when it's difficult, empowers us to achieve our goals. The challenge then isn't to eliminate structure in pursuit of absolute freedom, but rather to consciously create structures that support our growth, well being, and the pursuit of values and goals. It's about building a framework that empowers us to make meaningful choices and to live a life of purpose, rather than being overwhelmed by infinite possibilities. So, for this strategy episode, I encourage you to reflect on the structures in your own life. Are they serving you? Are these areas where a lack of structure leading to decision fatigue, procrastination, or lack of fulfillment affecting you? Perhaps it's time to intentionally introduce some new frameworks, shift, that's the beauty of being human, whether it's setting clear goals, establishing a daily routine, or consciously aligning your actions with your core values. And do you even know your core values, the true core values? I line out my top five. So I know my core values and I make sure my life actually reflects my values. And I'm always setting goals. Remember, true mastery isn't about having limitless options, but skillfully navigating the choices you have within a framework that you create. Freedom, when coupled with thoughtful structure, becomes a powerful force for growth and fulfillment. But freedom without any structure can indeed become its own unique form of slavery. Makes sense, right? Every successful person has structure, they have routines, and they have direction because the brain loves order and the universe loves order. So, all right. So that's it for this episode. Think about it. Is too much freedom its own form of slavery? You need that structure. All right. Thanks for joining us. Share this episode with somebody who needs to elevate their game to master, who may have retired, who may have, or not even, or just wandering generalities, as Zig Ziglar say. Be sure to tune in next time on another mastery with our Mastery Alliance or with another strategy episode. Like, subscribe, share. And remember, the goal here is that mastery means we don't get through our challenges, we get from them so you can elevate that next level. All right, until next time, I'm out. Peace. Share this episode. Here we go.